Welcome to another episode of Life in DR. I'm your host, Saint. In this episode, we're going to talk about different backgrounds that come to DR and what's their experience about what they go through. And you see, just to see how can you relate to them so you can learn what that transition would be for you. So I am honored and privileged to introduce our first guest. Our first guest is Alfonso. Thank you for coming in, man. I appreciate it. Guys, this is Alfonso, aka Chino, from the great country of Venezuela, and he's been here for 6 years. So he's well seasoned, and I had to bring him on here to, give his story, give his background, and then we'll go from there. Before I start, Chino, I got one question for you, man.
Shoot.
Arepas o cachapas?
Arepa. Arepa, always arepas.
I'm a cachapa guy myself, but there's nothing wrong with arepas.
The thing with cachapas is I don't like the mix of sweet and savory like a lot. So I just rather go to the arepas, Venezolano arepas all the way. Cachapas too, but arepa.
See, if you ask me, I'm gonna tell you it's cachapas. But if you ask the OG that's from the country that knows better, they're gonna tell you different. So that's why we do this. So tell me, Alfonso, man. First question again. Thank you for coming to join us.
Thank you.
And first of all, why DR, man? Like, why did you pick DR out of all places?
Loco, it's gonna sound crazy, but it was pretty much the only option I had.
Okay.
At the time, it was the only option I had because the things in my country is bad, and at that time even worse. So when I decided to leave, I came here just because my mom was here first. My mom was here for like a few months before. I was just finished with culinary school. I didn't know what to do. I was thinking about going to Peru. I was thinking about going to Argentina, Chile, but I ended up here, and I cannot be more blessed to be here.
Excellent. I'm happy to hear. So we're on the same background. We didn't have a choice. We end up here, but I think we're doing okay for ourselves. But yeah, give us a little bit more background about who's Chino and how's DR's been treating you. How's the experience so far? And like you say, you're thrilled to be here. But give us a little more background. How is it going for you?
No, for real. First, my name is Alfonso Fernandez. I came here, loco, in July 2018, 6 years from now. Wow. Almost 7 years.
Yeah, you're there.
I met you not long since I moved here. I actually met this guy on the first call center I ever worked, which was, can you say bad words here?
Of course.
It was a piece of shit. The call center was a piece of shit. I hated it the whole time I was there. I fucking hated it. But, I met this local. I met a lot of cool people there. I met my wife there. You know her too.
Yes.
So, yeah, it was pretty dope. Once I got here, I actually got the job before arriving here. So it was pretty cool because my mom helped me. I got the job. I moved here, and I got here like on a Friday, and then on Monday I was working.
Wow, that's a big difference compared. For me, I did vacation first. I went around the country, and you came in straight to work.
Because you came with money, bro. I came with $200, and they were not even mine. They were loaned. I had to give them back as soon as I stepped out of the airport.
Gotcha. Well, oh man. And then, so you were working, obviously the call center, like I told you previously, guys, call center, you gotta make what you gotta do, but the pay is not what it is. So here you go from another person. Some people are like, oh, maybe, no. Remote would be yours, but what else, man? So working at the call center, and how is everything in transition to, how's the experience? How is it for a Venezuelan who speaks the language, who's able to make that transition with family here? How has that transition been for you?
Well, to be honest, it was pretty easy. For me, it was pretty easy. I do have family here. My mom was here. I came with my little brother. I have some cousins, some aunts here. So I think the part of feeling alone was not really much there. I knew I had to leave Venezuela, so there was nothing that was holding me back. So I knew I had to leave. I was eager to leave. I was eager to come here. I did not know what to expect. Literally, I was this dumb that I didn't know Santo Domingo was this beautiful city that it is. Because I thought that Santo Domingo or República Dominicana was just Punta Cana, beaches, hotels, all inclusive, and that maybe people did not live very well. But on the contrary, when I got here, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I didn't like my job, but to be honest, most of my friends and my family earned half of what I made at the call center. So if you think that's not a lot, imagine what they were making. So on that side, I feel really good because even though I didn't like my job, it was helping me provide for my mom, myself, and helping my little brother and stuff. But the people, very nice. The place, like the ambience, like everything, it reminds me a lot of Maracaibo, where I'm from Venezuela. Like people is loud. People always want to be drinking. They don't drink as much as they drink here. Because people be in the Colmado drinking at 10, 9 a.m. in the morning.
More than here.
Yeah, but the people are very nice. Like since the first day I got here, they have always treated me very well. Like I've always felt very welcome in this country.
See, you hear that, and you see the difference, right? My experience has been good, but I've ran into, issues. Where for him, transition was smooth. From the time he walked in, he's been able to feel at home. Where someone like me, even though we're in the same boat, we start the same way, call center, build, and now where we're at now, we're still two young entrepreneurs doing things. But that's why this show is important, but that's why I want to bring it to you, because each person, each background when you come into this country is going to be different. So your choice, do your homework, and let's see. But my thing for you, tell me, Alfonso, you are here, you're living. When was the first time you realized, like, oh wow, we are in different country? When it was like that one, tell me a time where that first time you're like, this is a complete different. Yes, it's Latin. Yes, it's a different country. But when did you realize that well, I'm not in my country. I'm here. This is different. It works differently here.
Well, maybe not in my whole country, but from where I was, there are a few things that really hit me. The first thing was, first of all, the beaches. You live really close to the beach. Like even Boca Chica is 45 minutes away. I didn't have that. I have a lake that smelled bad.
Oh.
It was pretty from the outside, but you couldn't even get in. So that was, for me to go to an actual nice beach, I would have to drive at least 9 hours to go to a pretty one. 9 hours from where I was. So having that, to change that, I can actually take a bus, pay $2 and go to the beach and just chill there. That's something that struck me. I was like, okay, I'm not in Kansas anymore. I'm not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy. So yeah, that was one thing. The other thing, I don't know if that happened to you, but I had never been in a place where I had to get like a gas. How do you call that? Gas.
The for your house?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh.
Yes. So I was very scared the first time I had to like get one and just refill it with the gas, take it back home, connect it. I didn't do it right. My whole house smelled like gas. I was freaking out. I was hungry. I couldn't cook. So that hit me hard too.
Ah, wow. Yeah.
I don't know if that happened to you.
I was lucky enough where I did, again, I traveled like a tourist.
You weren't lucky, bro. You just had money. I didn't.
No, I'm telling you, it's not quite. But I live in an apartment where they filled up the gas for you. So you paid the door guy and he went and he filled it up, or you sent somebody and then they brought it back. So that was the difference, but I know what you mean, because that gas, I thought like it didn't smell like gas to me, so it smelled like other things. I was like freaking out, and finally someone's like, oh, I can smell gas in your apartment. I'm like, oh, I looked, the stove was on but not on. So yeah, so I understand completely. Man, well, that's fantastic, and that's a good content, right? Like for him, it was 9-hour difference between 45 to the beach and then doing your own gas. So based on where you're from, you might be like, when I realized I can wear shorts all year round is when I realized I'm in a different country. So being here, speaking Latin, and also just, being Alfonso and having family here. So you already have family, but how was it? Was it an easy transition to make friends? Like you were saying earlier, you had friends, you had this. Was it an easy transaction when you got here to just fit in and make friends, because did you have advantage by speaking Spanish?
Well, most definitely. I had an advantage because obviously you're in a Spanish-speaking country. So anywhere from the Colmado to your neighbors, most likely they're not going to speak English. Especially to the neighborhoods where I was moving to. So it was. I think that, yeah. I mean, I'm a friendly guy. I was friends with the colmado. I was friend. Oh, you know what's funny? When I got here, you know, they don't Dominicans. I love my Dominicans, but I love that they changed the R's and the L's. So the first delivery guy that I had at this colmado, I introduced myself. Like, oh, hey, how you doing? My name is Alfonso. I'm new here. What's your name? Oh, he's like, no, my name is Ricardo. I was like, oh, your name is Ricardo? I'm like, yeah, Ricardo, nice to meet you. I was like, okay. So he knows that he's saying it incorrectly, but he just accepted it. I like that. I like the slang here. I like it.
Well, yeah, DR is definitely slang. There's Spaniard, regular Spanish. There's Venezuela, Colombian, Peru, Mexico, and then there's DR,
Another thing.
Spanish. So if you get your practice on before you arrive. But yeah, that's a great way to look at it. You had the advantage. You speak Spanish, because for me, my transition was like, I had Google Translator on my phone. And then again, going back to, I did hang out with more backpackers at first, but once I started living here, yeah, it was kind of hard for me to make friends, because even though the people that was like, oh, you're nice, I'm talking to you, but my language, my conversation was no more than maybe 5 minutes, and then I felt pressure. I was like, okay, I'll see you later. And it was probably handicapping me and my growth being here, because it took so much longer. But eventually we're here now. Me and Chino hang out often.
Yeah.
But that's something, again, you want to think about when you move to DR, of what's important for you, and basically where you want to start that journey. We both started in Santo Domingo, but there's so many different places that can and will, help you with your transition, or having a family, or so many different things. So for me, what would you say is something about DR that you're like, I love the country, but I'm not a big fan of this, and what's something for you that you're like, I wish I could change this in DR?
Logo, one thing would be traffic. Traffic is hectic. I don't know where you guys live, where you guys coming from, but DR is hectic. If you've been to Panama City, that's the only place I can compare it to that I remember was chaotic. It resembles that. The other thing would be, repeat the question?
Living here, you love it. What's something you would like to change or see something?
Okay. Another thing, mis amigos, mis estimados, mis compatriotas, mis hermanos
You don't
dominicanos.
like it in the traffic.
I don't like the traffic, but something that I believe could be improved: customer service, bro. And I have a story time of about today. Just happened like a few hours ago.
Let us give it to
Logo, my wife was like, I want a McFlurry. Can you go get me one? Because they always mess it up in pedidos, or whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go get it. I got to McDonald's in Las Proceres. I was like, hey, give me 2 McFlurries, Oreo McFlurries, this and that. Can you please put extra chocolate sauce on the bottom? Yes, I can. Okay, listen to this. I go to the next window. Young lady, I always ask for the extra topping. They never put the topping on the bottom. Can you please tell the girl next door to please have it ready for me, so I don't have to go through it again? Mm-hmm. She's like, no problem. We're going to take care of that. Go ahead. She was nice. I go to the next window. This pregnant lady, she did not have like a face of having many friends. And she was just like, here, your ice creams. Okay, thank you. Do they have the extra chocolate sauce? Yes, they have it on the bottom. Oh. On the side. No, I said, do they have it on the bottom? Oh, yeah, they have it on the sides. I didn't believe her. So I just took the ice creams. I rolled up my window. I stayed there. I took a spoon. I started moving it. It was white. White as snow. There was no chocolate sauce anywhere. So I started honking. She didn't open the door. Started honking again. She didn't open the door. Another car had to go through to the automac, so she could be like, okay, there's another car coming. So she was like, what's going on? You did not put the extra chocolate sauce on my McFlurries. What happened? And she was like, oh no, let me see what happened. And this and that. Okay, she leaves. The manager comes. What happened? I tell him the story. He takes the ice cream. He closes the window. He comes back and says, how do you know they don't have this chocolate sauce on the bottom? Brother, if I'm telling you it doesn't have it, because I checked. I mean, I don't have no X-ray vision, but I have a spoon and I have the ice cream, and there's no chocolate sauce on the bottom. And he just said, okay, took them back. He just gave me the 2 new one, and I have the video, bro. Well, I think I deleted it. They were so, they were just wanted to get rid of me. They gave me the both ice cream. They put chocolate on the bottom, but they put 3 drops. They're like, get away from here, and I don't want to see you, and you're still not gonna get your chocolate sauce for your McDonald's. So
there you go, guys. So, for first things first, you heard correctly. Most of you, if you're in the U.S., McFlurry machines are always down. So in the DR, the McFlurry machines are always working. So that's one thing you have advantage compared to the States, because I've never heard in the States a McFlurry machine not down. So that's number one. But number two, the traffic. The traffic is unbelievable here, and especially when you see the cops controlling the traffic, that's when it's the worst. Because I don't know why, I think they purposely do it, I purposely think. So I spent 30 minutes the other day at a light. From going from one block to another, I spent 30 minutes. Then I ran the light. I don't condone running lights, but I ran the light because I was there 30 minutes. So that's something I don't like either. And as far as customer service, you're 100% right. That's just one story. I can give you over and over of stories.
that's just from today. That's just a story from today.
Yeah, it is that true. So yes, you can buy a peace of mind. You can buy the lifestyle you want, but something you cannot buy here is customer service when you're going out to a restaurant, or you're going to the store, or you're going anywhere outside of if you have a maid, because that's something you have benefits here. Is I personally have a cleaning lady, because I clean, but I'm gonna cut corners. I know that. I do everything about book cleaning. I'm gonna do it. So like in your house, you can have that customer service. Even then, trust me, my cleaning lady used to clean superb, and then little by little, the cleaning has gotten lighter, but it is, I pointed out. But customer service is a big thing here, restaurants. Some places are better than other, but I can agree with Alfonso. Those some of the things that I really not a big fan of is that, especially for me. I do like to eat. I don't go out much, but when I go out to eat, I want that good service. So sometimes what I recommend is, hey, well, as soon as you get there, ask for that server's name and be like, here's $5, here's $10. Make sure it's good. You'll have more coming. Just some peace of mind that can help you out. But yeah, so that traffic, that was a heck of a story.
Yeah.
So now, what are number one, what are you doing now for work? You worked at a call center, and then what is it you do now with working to provide for you? And then you got a fiance, you say, or your wife. So what do you do now?
Yeah, so I did work on the call center since I got here 2018 all the way to January 2023.
No.
On January 2023, I did have a little side job with my dad that started on April 22nd, April 2022, actually. We have like a little brownie business. We're starting delivering brownies distributing brownies to colmados. And when you get here, you're gonna know all about colmados. They're great. You're gonna love them. You're gonna have a great relationship with them. So that's something to look forward to. But yes, we started distributing the brownies to the colmado. I started seeing that it could be something to upscale. I did see the vision in it. My dad had to leave to the States, and so I actually took control of it and decided to actually leave my job and dedicate myself entirely to the business. So ever since January 2022 until now, I've been working my business. I started distributing 200 brownies. Right now, I'm up about 20,000 brownies a month, plus people that resell them. So I think the business is doing very good, something that I have to be very thankful for the country, because I do believe that Dominican Republic, if you're an entrepreneur, if you have a good mindset, if you have at least some capital, you don't have to have much. I started my business with less than $100, and it has grown a lot. So if you have a vision, if you have an idea, I think this is a place where a lot of things are lacking still. A lot of things can be done. A lot of innovation can be done. And the Dominican people like to spend money. Even if they don't have it, they'll find it and spend it. So, but it depends on what your target is. My target is people that actually don't have that much money, because I do things that are very, very inexpensive. But it's a place. It's a place that Dominicans go every day. Dominicans go to colmados every day. So I saw my potential there. I think that people can see potentials in a lot of places, whether it's tourism, whether you can do restaurant, bars, whether you can do, I don't know, any kind of business that's legal, that's good. I think it's a good place to do it.
Oh, wow. And you say you're making over 20,000 brownies a month.
A month right now,
That
yes.
is fantastic.
A lot of brownies.
Hey, they're good. I'm not going to lie. I'm not a big sweet guy, but they're good. They're real good.
This is my camera, right? Rey del Brownie.
That's fantastic. And he got a nice little shop. He's got a great staff. I personally got to hang out with them, the staff, for for his Christmas holiday party, the fun young bunch. And man, that is fantastic. Again, I'm going to go double down what he said. If you are not lazy, and there's a vision. I've seen people, I met people that I met them today in a month. They're like, oh, I just opened this little thing. Oh, I opened this little thing, because it's cheaper to do it here than it is in the state. So start off with $100 and just keep climbing, making 20,000 brownies. So that's fantastic. Again, if you're hungry, you can have both lives. So if you do come with capital, imagine starting a small business and living a decent life with a nice apartment. So again, more things for that, and congratulations on the brownie. I think you brought us some brownies here, right?
I got brownies for everybody. Let me do a quick promo right here. Yo, Rey del Brownie, activo en todos los colmados a nivel de todo Santo Domingo y muy pronto en todo el país. So you got them here, bro. Rey del Brownie. Yo, my cameraman, you can have one too.
They're delicious, especially the blondies. Those blondies are amazing. So I'm gonna pop one open right now.
Let's do it. Let's pop
I approve these brownies. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna approve. I approve these brownies.
Let's make snacks great again. Yo, cheers, G. Rey del Brownie, el mejor de República Dominicana.
Making a mess, but. Alfonso, thank you. So now my last question for you is, you already told me what you don't like. What is the one thing if you would like to see a change in the DR while living here?
Change? Let's see.
I got him on that one. You see that? I make him think.
Yeah, you got me on that, because we already talked about traffic. Because I don't know, I just love so much the culture that I actually feel very comfortable with most of it. Like, I feel good in the barrios, I feel good in the nice places, I feel good in the beach, I feel good in the mountains, I feel good in the cold weather, I feel good in the warm weather. I feel pretty good everywhere. People is really nice. So to tell you something I don't like, or I would like to see a change, maybe make it not as hot. Can we do something about that? I don't know. I think you made a hard choice. I mean, besides traffic and just the customer service in general, I pretty much think those are the two things that I would actually like to change, because I see the city is changing every day. Every time it's bigger, prettier. They open new places. They build new towers, new residences. So I know that. Since I got here, it has changed a lot.
Oh yeah, of course.
Before I moved here, like 20 years ago, it was nothing like right now. So I can just imagine in 10, 15 years, how much this would have developed. And you know that it's such a tourist country that you actually feel safe. I feel really safe in Dominican Republic. I don't know about you, but personally, maybe coming from where I come from, I feel really, really safe here in most places.
Excellent. Hey, you hear it, Alfonso, nothing he wants to see change. And a lot has changed. Shoot, there's more high rises here than I can see anywhere else right now. So a lot has changed since I've been here. But again, guys, DR could be the place for you. You just got to know what lifestyle you're looking for. I got my lifestyle. Alfonso got his lifestyle. You can be entrepreneur. You can live the life here. You can buy the peace of mind you want. So we invite you to come visit. And if you have any questions, drop it in the comment and we'll answer it for you next week. Follow us on all platforms. Life in DR podcast show. Hit that click button, follow, like, comment. And Alfonso, where can they find the brownie? Where can they find your brownies to, make purchase or support?
Yeah. Listen, you can pretty much find them in most colmados that you're probably gonna be close to, which is Zona Colonial, all the tourist places, but pretty much all colmados, cafeterias. But you can always hit us up in our Instagram page or TikTok, Rey del Brownie. Brownie King in Spanish, Rey del Brownie. You can find us there.
There you go. Get yourself some brownie. Maybe invest. Maybe you want to buy some brownie and put in front of your business that you already have if you're living here. And if you're not here yet, you want to think about, hey, maybe I want a piece of this. If he's making that, you could double it. So thank you for tuning in. Another episode, Life in DR podcast show. I am your host, Saint. Tune in next week. As always, I love you guys. I am because we are.